we're talking about the importance of flashing today, and first tell me exactly what is flashing.
Flashing is where you have any penetration in your roof, and it's designed to keep the water from getting into your house through those penetrations. One of the key components is what we call a plumbing vent. You've seen, if you look at your roof, you've got, looks like pipes sticking up from the roof. This goes over those plumbing vents and secures it by this rubber gasket. So those are taken care of. A good quality plumbing vent will be metal, not plastic. Should be metal. It's a longer lasting, higher quality plumbing vent. The other key component of flashing is where you have a wall or a chimney that comes up through your roof. Now what we have here is an example of improper flashing. Although it looks good, it's actually very deceiving because of the poor quality. What they've done here is they have nailed the overflashing to the wall. There's nails, and then they caulk them so you can't see the nails. This will last, if you're lucky, will last about 2 years. If you remember, 80% of all roofers are out of business in 2 years. What happens is this metal absorbs the heat, it expands, it contracts, and does that a couple of times, and what happens is it will pull itself loose from the wall. Then what you have is a water trough, and you come in one day and your ceiling is laying in the floor. So this is not what you want.
Definitely not what you want. But on the other side, we have the way H.E. Parmer does it, right? Which is considered the correct way.
Yes, according to the NRCA, you should use metal that is neither painted and it also can be soldered. What we will do is we come in and we cut the brick joint out. We bend the metal in, all the way in there. Then what we do is we take what you call a wedge, a little piece of hand-formed metal, flatten this, insert this, you drive it in with a hammer. As it drives in, it expands. This holds the metal securely into the wall. And the next step is to solder. You solder your joints here. That way you have a strong bond here so it won't pull out if it expands. These solder joints won't break. Then what you do is you caulk, you solder all the points, you caulk right here, and that just keeps the water from getting in to expand and contract and break the bricks. You solder down the front, you solder here. You make sure all your joints are properly soldered so they'll hold together. Now one of the other features of flashing you don't actually see is called secret flashing. Underneath this is stair-stepped metal. That goes there, this is the overflashing, goes over the top. You can see that. What actually it looks like is it would look like stuff similar to that. If you see this, well actually it goes this way. If you see this exposed on a roof, you're in trouble. Okay, chances are it's going to leak. You should go under the shingles.
And it should not be nailed down either, right?
No, it should not be nailed down. If you remember, everywhere you nail something, you have a hole. So you don't want any holes in your roof you can help it other than when you properly nail the shingles down.
So these are all important questions that you should be asking your roofer before they start any work. Is like what type of flashing that they do.
How are you going to do the flashing? We've run into situations where a roofer's idea of flashing is take roofing cement and just cement these joints with the old black cement, which is horrible and won't last hardly any time at all.
And you can kind of tell if you have kind of a problem with your flashing on your roof because the tar will drip down because of the heat, right?
Right. There's generally a mess with that, and one of the things you have to really look at, we find in our business that 80% of most roofing problems of existing roofs are flashing issues. Anybody can nail a shingle on if you can read the instructions on the package, but how to do this properly is not very well known. We've had roofers come up to us and say, I've never seen flashing done like that. And we smile and say, we understand.
So very important to hire a professional roofer that knows what they're doing. Phil, thank you so much. That's great advice.
You're welcome.